What's up, people? Welcome to another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best new metal podcast from two guys who are really there. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With me, I have my partner in crime, the notorious TAM. Tim, how are you doing?
Great. I'm ready for this one. This is going to
This
be
one's
fun.
going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So, what are we doing this week, folks? This week we are doing spicy new metal takes. So, Tim and I did not script this. We did a little bit of forethought. We're gonna try and have a good conversation around some of our hot takes that people may or may not agree with, but we're not wrong because we were there. So you want to go
Well,
first? Or you want me to go first?
at the same time, though, it's not going to be just new metal. It's going to be pretty much all genres because I just want people to get aggravated.
Okay. Okay.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
I if Life is Peachy is the best corn record. I don't care what anyone says. Okay, yeah, the self-titled, yeah, it starts new metal, blah blah blah. But Life is Peachy is just it's the best corn record. There will never be a better record than Life is Peachy. All around, it's a better record. Sorry to tell you, kids, but it is.
I don't even know if that's a spicy take, but it's definitely got there'll be some argument around that.
I think it's a spicy tape because there's a lot of people who swear that that record is the end all be all.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I mean, I honestly would agree that I think it's probably the better album than the self-titled. I would agree with that.
Maybe not than a spicy take.
Not as spicy. Okay, so I got one that's probably not super spicy, but to me it is. Incubus had to make the turn with the second album. And if they had kept doing science, they would not be the band they are today. They would have been a 2 or 3 album flash in the pan.
They'd be working at fucking Acme bagging fucking groceries, is what you're
Yep,
saying.
or a Chipotle making burritos. Like I'm sorry, and I love. Oh God, I love all those songs on that album, and I think Nebula is amazing. Certain Shade of Green, but let's be real here. That was a very unique sound, and at a very unique time, at a very in a very unique time, at a very unique place. If they had made another album like that or Fungus Among Us, they never would have gotten huge. It would have been relegated to the new metal. Whatever happened to bin?
No, and you're 100% right. And I think that stuff, especially Science is a great record, but I think that it had an expiration date for
Yes,
definitely.
yes,
You're 100% correct about that. And people might get angry about that, but at the same time, you can't because look what they did. That
right.
dude never has to work again. None of them do.
No, no. Even the guys who probably have were kicked out. The original turntablist. I think it was Dirk Lance was the original bassist. I should look him up to see if we can get him on the show.
Yeah,
They're probably still making money.
definitely. All right, I got a spicy one for you.
Okay.
Mushroom Head is a better band than Slipknot.
Oh, I don't know if I can defend that one.
That they are a better band. I wish they would have took that Roadrunner deal, and that is that. They're a better band. I love the first Slipknot. I love Iowa, but Mushroom Head was a better band. Is a better band still.
Okay, I could see
How
where
how spicy is that
I
one?
could see where people I get people receive people would think that's spicy. Continuing continuing along the Slipknot route, Stone Sour killed that band.
Oh, that's a
That might not be
definite.
I don't know if that's a spicy take, but I'm sorry, Stone Sour killed that band. You can
Yeah,
judge the
no, you're
Slipknot
right.
albums by the intros. Listen to the intro to the first album, listen to the intro to Iowa, and then put in the intro into volume 3. And you know right then and there that this is not going to be the Slipknot album I want to hear.
Yep. You no, you I think to add to that, Stone Sour killed Corey Taylor. He got way too in his head. He
Yeah, I
got
think you're probably right.
way too of an ego. And that's unfortunate, but it happens. It happens to a lot of bands, honestly. I got a good one for you.
Go, go.
Most of these new metal kids have literally no knowledge of the genre. Sorry, not sorry. You guys know nothing about new metal.
I don't know if that's a spicy take. I think I don't, Tim, any of the contemporaries that are our age, a little bit younger, a little bit older, you go on New Metal Reddit, I think everyone would agree with you that
Yeah.
there's a There's this sense of crate diving where they find all this really weird, obscure stuff. And that's cool. Make it, find it, make it your own, do your thing. But on the other side of that is you need to appreciate history for what history was. And my God, if I have seen one more conversation about what is the best album, is it Korn? What's the best debut album? Is it Korn, the first Slipknot album, or the first System of a Down? I'm going to jump out a window. Like, go get off the path, right? Find some different stuff. Get outside of nu metal. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's as spicy a take as you think. I'm trying to think of. I mean, the easy ones are Fear Factory is not and never will be a nu metal band. Um,
That was in my list.
that wasn't your list.
Yeah, Fear Factory is not a fucking nu metal band.
Pitch Shifter isn't a nu metal band either.
No. Rage Against the Machine is not a nu metal band.
Oh, no.
Sorry to tell
No.
you.
No.
Tool is not a nu metal band.
Oh my God. Somebody actually said Tool was a nu metal band?
Yeah. Gorilla Biscuits is not a nu metal band.
Oh my God. The fact that we even have to have that conversation in 2023 tells you a lot.
Most of the shit that you guys think is nu metal is not nu metal.
Just because it was at the same time in a contemporary does not mean it was in that genre. There's a lot of adjacents and a lot of bleed, but I think you don't have nu metal if Kurt Cobain doesn't die.
That's a fucking spicy one right there.
I think nu metal does not happen if Kurt Cobain does not die.
Wow.
He died at just the right time. And I don't mean the right time as in it was the good time to go, because I still think he was, for all of his shortcomings, he was still an amazing musician, right? And I give him all that credit in the world. But he dies, and what comes on the back of that? Does Korn get a look? Does Korn get a look if Nirvana is still the biggest band in the world? No, because Nirvana is the biggest band in the world. You're going to get Grunge Wave 3.
You're probably right.
You're going to see stuff like Collective Soul, Candlebox, Silverchair, that subgenre of grunge. I think it gets way more looks and it gets way more longevity than it actually did.
Yeah. I think you're 100% correct about that.
All right, so I don't know if I can get much spicier than that. What else you got, Tim?
I'm going to go non-nu metal for this. Controller is the best Misery Signals record.
Jesus.
I knew you were going to like that one. Controller is the best Misery Signals record.
That hits in the liver, dude.
I don't care what anyone says. That record is perfect front to back.
I defend that against of Malice. Why? Why is it Controller?
You want another spicy take?
Mm-hmm.
I've loved Jesse, dude, but fucking what's his name is just a better fucking front man, dude. I'm sorry. Not sorry. But Carl is a better front man. He was better for that band. His voice is just way more engaging. Jesse he's great, man, but yeah, I love Controller. Don't get me wrong, dude. Malice has some unbelievable tracks on it. I mean, them first 5 tracks are fucking masterpiece-esque. But Controller, dude, every fucking song on that record is good. There's not one bad riff on that record. I think that is them at their peak. And I think after that, they go a little bit downhill. Absent Light was really good, but just, I don't know, man. If I go back to it, it's just Controller is just that record, dude. It's that thing is perfection. You don't write a better, you just do not write a better metalcore record than that. In that year, in that era, there's not a better record in that. I don't care what anyone says. It's that good.
I cannot sanction this buffoonery.
See, this came up on the third episode. I'm like, I'm saving it.
I can't.
That's their best record.
Ugh.
I knew that was gonna kill
you.
I'm
gonna take a moment to recoup from that one.
And I think a lot of people listening to this are probably slapping their fucking screens or throwing their phone, but right now I'm telling you, that's their best record.
Okay, I got one. Life of Agony is more of a nu metal band than a hardcore band.
Absolutely.
There, I said it. I said it. I'm not taking it back.
No, you're right. They are.
I said it. I mean, the vocals. Sorry, they're more of a new metal band than a hardcore band.
No, 100%. I
Uh,
never considered a Life of Agony a hardcore band.
Same
Never
thing goes
will.
for late stage Biohazard.
Yeah, late stage, yeah. But
Has
State of World
Jimmy?
Dress, that's a hardcore record.
Oh yeah. As Jimmy Ferrari gets in his Blazer to drive down here and chug out to both of us. What else you got, Tim?
um, Nickelback is actually a really good band. You're all just jealous. They write hits. We've talked about
Yeah.
this multiple times. They are a great band. They write hits. They get all the pussy. You don't. Sorry to tell you.
Uh it is undeniable that they write catchy songs, and you can talk all the shit you want. They write catchy songs. Um,
Same with Creed. I'm gonna go. Creed wrote bangers. You're just jealous that
I
they
he's a
they did it.
drunken lunatic, but yes, you're right. You're right. I mean, when you can write a hook, you can write a hook. I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell people. Um, we've defended Creed, we've defended Nickelback. God, I've shit on uh grunge. What's next? What do we have left, Tim? We've already talked about how Linkin Park
I
disappears
could
after the
I
second
could keep
album.
I could
Um,
keep going, and Linkin Park was one of them.
what?
After Meteora, that band is complete trash.
Yeah,
All the Linkin Park lovers, the first two records. You know what? I'm gonna make it even spicier. The first record is their best record and their only good record. Don't care what anyone says.
really?
Yeah, Meteor it has some good tracks. Nah,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the only new metal band with more than three good albums, more than two good albums, uh, is Limp Bizkit.
okay.
I mean, Korn's first album is great. Life is Peachy is great. Follow the Leader. People gloss over that because it was so big. There were more stinkers on that album than good songs. There were more lemons than good songs. The third Slipknot album is unlistenable. Drivel.
Unlistenable.
Uh
Yeah, here's another spicy take for you. After Iowa, band's terrible.
no, yeah, well, we just said any after the first two albums, the bands fall apart. System of a Down, I think it's a mulligan because Hypnotized, Mesmerized were two halves of the same album, so because they always remained being weird.
That's another one on my list.
What?
That System of a Down is fucking horrible.
Yeah, well,
People
that's
know this though. I
you
don't
just
have
don't
to
like
say
Ace
that.
Ventura metal. Okay, what else? What else can we talk about? What else can we talk about? We've talked.
After anything after the first Soulfly record is fucking brutally horrible.
See, I think the first two are good. The third one with Downstroy, Less of the Mohicans, it's not good, not
There's a
good.
lot of Soulfly lovers out there. Nope.
And I
Their
love
first
Max.
record's great.
I love all of his projects, Cavalera Conspiracy, Inflicted, and the original Sepultura stuff. But it's a hard pass on the late Sepultura catalog, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Very hard pass.
um,
There's just so much stuff that we could say, but some of them are a lot of things that people would agree with. So it's kind of hard to have really spicy ones, but yeah. Oh, I got a good one for you. The best In Flames record is Reroute to Remain. Sorry to tell you
you're
that,
gonna
but
get a
it
second
is.
from me, but there's gonna be some haters in the comments.
And I love it. The best that's their best record. It's a banger front to back. I get it, man. Colony, all them records are great. Reroute is their best record. It'll forever be their best record. And you can hate me all you want. I don't care because I'm right. You can't hate what's right.
Man, I would say that I mean it's probably fact to say 99% of the current deathcore bands would not be here if it wasn't for Meshuggah. I don't think that's a spicy take. Dillinger Escape Plan after the second album is hot garbage.
Oh, wait, Dillinger?
Dillinger.
That's in my list.
Miss
Anything
Machine. I liked Miss Machine. It was totally different. but everything after that's garbage.
Everything after Miss Machine is fucking trash.
Mm.
That was in my list. I don't understand the hate or the love for that band after Dimitri left. Basically, I think it's trash.
See, you didn't like Miss Machine? I thought there were some
No,
moments.
no,
I thought there were
there's
some
good songs on it,
moments.
but I think Dimitri was the best part of that band. His voice is very unique. Under the running board is one of the best EPs ever released.
Would would it be a spicy take, Tim, to say that Neurosis has only gotten better if you view their entire catalog as a collective? They are one of the rare bands that got better with every single album.
I can't really say that because I'm not really a big Neurosis fan at all, honestly.
So from my take is when you start at Souls at Zero and all the early stuff was very crusty punk. Then you have Through Silver and Blood. Then you have all the stuff that came after that. Then they get into this weird, almost folk sort of part of their catalog. I I think they're one of the bands that has done nothing but get better.
I mean, I know a lot of people love that band. I just never got into them.
What's the one after Through Silver and Blood? I forget the title. It's got the really awesome artwork. Um, it'll come to me, but yeah, I think they're one of those bands that's gotten better with every single release.
One another spicy one from Tim.
Go on.
The only good Metallica record is the Black record. And the only reason that band is as popular as they are is because people like them to be cool. It's a status thing. You don't really like that band as much as you think you do, or as much as you say you do. And the
I don't
Black
know.
record is their best record.
I don't know, man. That's kind of a tough. It's a kind of a tough argument to make.
It's the same thing with plenty of other bands. People only like the Misfits because it's cool to like the Misfits.
I
Let's get
do
it
think
straight.
I do think the Misfits are more of a merch band than they're the OG merch band.
Yeah.
The OG merch band.
Yeah. People only like the Misfits because of that. If you really listen to the Misfits, they're fucking terrible. And this is coming from a dude who was in a Misfits cover band. They're a terrible band. And you only like them for status. Same thing with Metallica. Sorry. The Black record is their best record. And I
um,
will tell you why that. I will tell you why. Because I think the dude who produced that record probably got the best sounding guitar I've ever heard in my life. The guitars on that record sound amazing. The production on them drums is amazing. Just everything about that record sounds incredible. The deep cuts on that record are really fucking good. Like a
that I'll
Wolfen
give you.
Man and shit.
That I'll give
Them
you.
songs are great, man.
That I'll give you. I'll give you
I
that.
can jam that record any day of the week. The rest of it, nope, does nothing for me.
I don't know. I think you're
I
just a
think they're
hater.
very overrated.
Nah, those. I'm sorry. Ride the Lightning and Master Puppets are amazing albums. I'll give you justice. There's only a couple of way too long, way too navel gazy, but goddamn, Master Puppets is an amazing album.
I mean, I see why the real fans like them, but they're a band that I swear, dude, people just like to wear the shirts and people just like to pretend they like them for fucking
Well, I mean, the
friendships.
shirts are
And
in fucking Kmart.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, shout out to them for fucking doing it and being as big as they are. I don't hate on that at all. I'll never hate on a band's success.
So while we're talking about thrash, here's a spicy take. The John Bush albums for Anthrax are just as good, if not better, than the Joey Belladonna albums.
Oh, that's a fucking definite yes.
I'm sorry. Volume 8, The Threat is Real, Sound of White Noise, Stomp 442. Good albums. Good
Well,
albums.
let's talk about some thrash stuff real quick. So at Pantera, who gets out of the car next to us?
Well,
Remember that?
I thought it was Tom Araya, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Araya.
And a couple people did, which is
Yeah,
fucking hilarious.
it was Chuck Billy.
So Chuck Billy, there's so for people listening, we go to Pantera a couple weeks ago, whatever, last week. I don't know when this is coming out. A couple weeks ago, we'll say. We're in the handicap spot because one of the guys we were with is a legit,
Is
has
handicapped, yeah.
yes. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Anyway, we're partying in the spot next to us because it was just open for a while. A Tesla comes in. We make fun of him for being for California, blah, 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 blah. Girl gets out, guy gets out. It's fucking Chuck Billy. Crazy shit, dude.
That's insane.
In Jersey, of all places, Chuck Billy gets out of the car, takes pictures with everyone, shakes everyone's hand. Pretty cool experience, man.
Um, Let me ask you this as a question. It's a question slash spicy take. Speaking about bands that have killed off, bands that have killed off entire genres. If Vince Neil doesn't leave Motley Crue, do we still lose hair metal? Because remember, he leaves Motley Crue. They get John Corabi. They do Generation Swine, and it's terrible.
Horrible, horrible record.
I wonder, does hair metal get a last gasp if he doesn't? Because they remember Dr. Feelgood was a monster album.
Mm-hmm.
Another band with a lot of, I mean, that album has some great tracks on it. It really does.
No, it does for what it is. It does. Yes, I will agree with that. Not my favorite thing, but yeah,
I'll go out.
maybe, maybe.
Maybe. Is it a spicy take to say that Korn has truly suffered when David left the band?
Absolutely. Yes.
There are people who think he was part of the problem, but I'm sorry. I think,
dude, he was one of the best groove drummers to ever grace anything.
Yes. He was snappy, his snare work was great, and he added a little bit of like a funk flair to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think him leaving was absolutely destructive to that band and their ability to go forward. I mean, they've done some stuff, but it's never it's just not the same. I mean,
one.
Same could be said for Wes leaving Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they did Results May Vary, an album I've still never heard front to back. We're trying to do a deep dive on it, so be on the lookout. That episode's coming soon. He was the brains in that band.
Yeah, I got a good one for you. Primus is one of the most overrated, horrible fucking bands. They're in line with System of a Down for me. They're fucking terrible.
No, it's just wrong.
Terrible.
That's just wrong on so many levels, dude.
They're
sorry.
Fucking horrible. One of the worst bands I've ever heard in my life.
No, I'm not giving this one to you.
Fuck out of here.
Not giving this one to you. They're fantastic.
Race car drivers. Fuck off. That shit's terrible. Get at them. Fuck your own ass or whatever you say. Shove it up your own whatever.
Shit up your own ass.
Shit up your own ass. That band is fucking terrible.
No, this one I'm not giving you, dude. I'm sorry. I'll give you the rest. I won't give you this one.
Horrible.
What other hot takes do we have here?
I just had another one in my head and I totally forgot what it was. God damn it. It was a really good one too. Fuck.
I mean, it's probably not a hot take to say that most bands can't survive losing a singer or replacing a singer.
Absolutely.
I can think of how many bands can you think of, Tim, that have replaced their singer and they've still been really good?
Not many.
Not many.
I mean, it's very hard, dude.
Not many.
Mean, look at Dillinger we just talked about. If Dimitri stays, dude, I'm probably gonna like the next two they do.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a good one.
Do you ever
Mike Patton is fucking horrible.
No.
God damn, get the fuck out of here.
Man, here's another bad take. Man, we went from spicy takes to bad takes. Are you kidding me?
Horrible. That fucking Dillinger thing he did was fucking horrible.
No, that Dillinger thing he did was amazing, and you're wrong.
Horrible.
You're wrong.
Stop.
You're wrong. You're wrong. I can't get into Tomahawk. Mr. Bungle is great. Fantomas is great. Sorry.
I can't do it, dude.
Sorry, dude. I will respectfully disagree here. We're back to sanctioning. We're back to sanctioning buffoonery all over again.
See, I have the good ones, man. He's terrible. I never got it.
Is it a spicy take to say that Max would have been better staying with Sepultura, just taking a break and then working out their differences?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Soulfly's put out some good albums. Nation, Against, Sepultura put out some good albums.
Are all right, yeah. The rest of it is hot garbage.
But I think they would have been better off just taking a beat and maybe getting back together.
Yeah. No, you're right. Now I remember the one I was going to say.
Go on.
Rage Against the Machine only has 2 good records, and they are the most contradictory band of all time.
I will second that, because Battle for Los Angeles is not good.
Not good.
It's not good. The first two are amazing, but again, I mean, Tom Morello, educated at Harvard, poli sci major, came from a very affluent family, and yet he's here complaining about capitalism while charging $65 for a t-shirt.
Dig, dig, dig.
It's I mean, I'm sorry. No offense, Rage. I've seen you guys a bunch of times. It's quite hypocritical.
Yeah, contradictory, hypocritical.
And I'll bet you those shirts were probably made in China.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not a good look. Not a good look. If you're gonna hang your hat on
It's not.
something, no.
And people fucking praise them, dude, but they are so hypocritical.
First two
It's
albums are great, but
unbelievable.
yeah, it's a hypocrite to rage against capitalism and then charge $60 for a t-shirt.
And set it all up on your iPhone. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you got some more in you.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to get myself like fucking screamed at or canceled.
Oh yeah, there's shit I could say that people would really fucking get at me for, but I won't.
I mean, is it a spicy take to say that nu metal,
And
the bands that bought onto Ozfest it shows. Meaning the bands that they selected to be on Ozfest are a different level of quality than the bands that bought onto Ozfest. So, for example, you look at the early years of Ozfest, and they were really doing nu metal. All those bands like Incubus and Snot and Soulfly and Kilgore, like they were picked because that's a sound. And now, I mean, as they went on, and you had bands buying on, it just wasn't the same.
yeah, no, I
And
would
I
agree
mean,
with that.
the derivations and the copy of a copy started as early as 2001.
I would agree with that. I got another one here.
Shoot.
Might not be a spicy one, but I think if Lynn Straight does not die, Snot is the biggest nu metal band for the next 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think that's spicy. I think a lot of people would agree with you. I mean, Absent is the true sign of what they had coming.
It's hard to think right off the top of your head, but I wanted to do that because it's like it makes you think, you know what I mean? But we will have a number two of this where we
yeah,
think
we'll
of some
actually
really
think
spicy
some more.
ones.
Is it fair to say that Glassjaw's bigger if they don't sign to Roadrunner?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I think Roadrunner ruined them.
Because they didn't know what to do with them, and they had a sound that was ahead of their time. Roadrunner had no idea what to do with. They were busy pushing Nickelback and Slipknot. Along the same lines, this probably isn't spicy, but From Bliss to Devastation is a great VOD album. And if you look at their entire catalog of the first 3-4 albums, they were a band that was so far ahead, much like Candiria. They were so far ahead and so unique in what they were doing that people could not figure out what to do with them, and that probably led to their early demise.
Yeah. Yep. How about this one? Chris Barnes almost killed Cannibal Corpse, and he's a fucking terrible singer. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh no, I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Horrible.
And I mean, he just comes off as like is not a nice person.
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
I mean, he drinks appletini. What do you expect? He's a dude who drinks appletini. I'm sorry, I can't. Again, there is more buffoonery that I cannot sanction.
Oh, what you're saying that I'm wrong about that one?
No, you're right. His buffoonery. I can't sanction that. Imagine going out with going out with The Rock and getting a drink, and he orders yeah, can I get a red silk panties?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what? What?
Damn, I just had another one in my head and I fucking forget it. Now I can't fucking think of it. There's like so many that pop into my head and then you go and I forget them. God damn it.
Is this a hot take, or the demise of Hellfest 2005 stunted the development of hardcore for a couple of years?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a big event yearly, right? Like, think about what Sound of Fury, LDB, all those other fests do these days. That was the event. This is hardcore, Hellfest. It disappears, and what happens? You have the rise of metalcore right on the back of it. Metalcore was already coming, but now it gets huge because there is no natural predator, natural competition in that space.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I don't really think it kills it for a couple years though, because after that you
It's
still
stunted its momentum. It's stunted
yeah.
its forward progress.
Well, at the same time, I could say this though. I think 2006 to 2011 is the worst period of music in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I would say that.
Worst period of music. I mean, it's just trash bag after trash bag record.
There's a handful. There's a handful of some stuff that comes out. There's some Sugar stuff. Um, there's a couple of Black Dahlia Murder albums that were really good, but for the most part, it was not. Something was definitely rotten in Denmark.
Yeah. Not
Uh,
well. Another hot take here is the absolute egregious. Am I saying the right word here?
egregious. Okay, say,
Is
but
is
finish the statement.
is that a word for bad?
Egregious is something that's terrible and unforgivable.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I have the word right. The absolute spectacle of people fucking saying that the dude that got stabbed and lost profits was fucking a bad thing. That is outrageous talk.
People are actually saying that.
Yeah, dude.
He was a
Oh,
he was a terrible person. He's a terrible person.
dude, people are fucking saying how terrible that was. What?
I'm sorry, you mess with kids, you get what you deserve. And I don't even have
Dude,
kids, and
me
that
either.
is you get your own circle of hell for that.
Yeah,
You know,
you're in the darkest depths of hell for that shit.
it's like the line at the end of Seven where the doctor when they pull the guy out and they say, you know, he can't see, he's insane, he can't see, he can't speak, he's blind, he's deaf, and then he stops and goes, and then he has hell to look forward to. Yeah, yeah.
I wish
So
that dude would have got stabbed the next
I
day.
mean, I'm surprised it took this long. Usually usually pedophiles don't, you know, they don't get much time before somebody's up in their shit because that's not right. All right, Tim, you get one more hot take and then we're gonna head out of here.
We're gonna have to do this next time because the one I want to say is really bad, and I don't want
Yeah,
people to get in
don't say
their
that. Save it
panties
for next
twisted.
time.
Yeah, I got to
Um,
think of a better way to say it before people get their panties twisted. So, but hey, we're gonna have a volume two, and maybe people listening, you should come on if you have hot takes. Come on with us.
yeah, seriously, reach
Get a
out and
hot
come
take
on. We'll
panel.
schedule it. Yeah, we'll schedule a hot take where we can all argue about it, much like we did new metal or not. Yeah, come on and form part of the panel. Let us know on the YouTube comments on the Facebook group what you think. Maybe you disagree, maybe you don't. All right, so we're gonna take it out of here before Tim and I really say something we're gonna get in trouble for.
Yeah. Let's
New
do
Breed No
that.
Score Podcast, Twitter and Instagram, newbreedpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, find us on r/new metal. Until the next time and the next round of spicy takes, this is a New Breed Podcast saying cheers.
Later.